Good morning, everyone. Do not adjust your TV set. It is accurate. Doobie Mosley is here for his...
How many people do you think are actually watching on TVs?
That is a great question. Let us know in the chat, please. Take a moment. Let us know. Are you watching on TV or what? How are you watching this show right now? I would be watching on TV if I were home. Yeah, ready for
I know tablet probably counts as mobile, but if you could specify tablet.
Yeah.
I mean,
tablet, mobile, TV, iPad. We have an iPad from the Leah sisters. Let us know. All right. While you guys do that, my name is Doobie Mosley. I'm the co-founder here at Laughing Place. That is our executive editorial director, one Kyle Burbank. How you doing, Kyle?
I'm doing pretty well.
Glad to hear that. Let's say hello to Fred Ramirez. Top of the morning to you. JPP, nice to see you. Cancel, now that Disney owns it. Nikki B canceling her Fubo. Leah Sisters. Thomas T-Bone. It is Wednesday. Feels like Friday for some reason.
That's Fubo, by the way. I'm sure we're going to get that wrong about 50
Did I say, times. Oh my goodness. I've been saying Fubo forever, not just today. It is Fubo.
Yeah.
So Damon Johns is not in the Disney family now?
No. This is for anybody. Made by somebody. We don't know.
Oh my goodness. Like literally this moment, I'm realizing, I know it's a different company, but I'm realizing it's Fubo, not Fubu.
Like Phoebe or Phoebo? Please don't enter your channel, Fubo.
Rebecca's watching on TV, on my computer and iPad when I go to other room. All right, so we got two counts there. Nice to see that. Blame Canada. That's not an answer, Fred Ramirez. How are you watching as Fred Ramirez? How are you watching as JPP? Hello, the Leah sisters. How are you doing? I said your name. All right, we're going to talk about what's going on in the world of Disney. We're going to start right now. We start every day with a look at the Disney stock price. Official page now featuring Zootopia 2, which it will be for...
Has been for too long already, I think.
Yeah, and it's not going anywhere until this movie comes out, obviously. All right, so yesterday it was at $111.96. Fred Ramirez watching on his phone. All right, JPP, you're the last one. What is it today? It is $111.40. Barely down, essentially even. I guess the Fubu news wasn't exactly surprising, right?
It was a little surprising. It caught the editor of CNN's newsletter, Reliable Sources, off guard, because there was a section in the newsletter which went out 2 hours later that was like, hey, this shutdown might actually be good news for Disney because they might be able to sneak through this transaction. And it's like, yeah, it already closed. So you were right, but you probably should have updated before sending this out.
That is absolutely hilarious. Okay, let us... Let us start with some, let's get the corporate news out of the way before we get to the fun.
Yeah, seriously. So yesterday, the Anaheim City Council met. These are always longer than I think they're going to be, partially because I thought that the meeting was going to start at 3:30, but they have a closed session before the regular session. So the actual session doesn't start until 5. So, but luckily our boss stayed up and watched it. And the entertainment and parking tax that we talked about a week or two ago, they voted to not move forward with it. Confusingly, they voted on a continuation, which means that there's like pushing it away, but that means it's not going forward. I don't know. But basically, it sounded like only one person on the council was really in favor of it. The other ones weren't so warm to it. So at least at this time, that is not happening.
Yay.
And also, we learned that Anaheim is expecting a budget surplus in 2 years. So they're forced to turn around. So they just need to hang on till then, and then they'll be good. Some unfortunate news yesterday. We got Disneyland announced that they were laying off about 100 cast members, salaried positions. They didn't really specify which ones, but they did release a statement that says, with our business in a period of steady, sustained operation, we are recalibrating our organization to ensure we continue to deliver exceptional experiences for our guests while positioning Disneyland Resort for the future. As part of this, we've made the difficult decision to eliminate a limited number of salaried positions. We're deeply grateful for the contributions of these cast members and are committed to supporting them with care, respect, and resources during this transition.
And in more corporate news, but at least a little bit happier at this point, the aforementioned Fubo deal is complete. So Disney has completed their acquisition of Fubo. They are now the 6th largest pay TV company in the U.S. with nearly 6 million subscribers in North America. And as of closing, Disney has approximately 70% interest in the newly combined company, with existing Fubo shareholders holding approximately 30% interest. So lots of Disney fans are now going to get Fubo because that's what we do.
Well, Formula One and Disney are teaming up. We knew about this. They teased this back in May, but didn't give us any details whatsoever. Now we have details, and they're quite interesting. First of all, for the first time ever, Mickey Mouse will be taking the stage in front of the Bellagio fountains for a one-of-a-kind performance from Disney Live Entertainment. It'll include music and pyrotechnics. Tony was comparing this to Instant Concert Just Add Water, which appeared at Disney California Adventure, and they did something kind of similar in Paris as well for the music festival. But Mickey and the Bellagio fountains, it's a much different scale. There's also going to be the Disneyland Band will be performing the national anthem to kick the race off. And they're also going to be doing Mickey stuff with F1 around Las Vegas for kids. And new merchandise, of course. That's what that photo was there of that guy in the merchandise for F1 coming this November. But what's funny to me is that ESPN recently lost the rights to F1 in America. This race will still be on ESPN and whatever outlets, but starting next year, Apple TV is doing F1 stateside. So,
and Rebecca does make a good point in that for a lot of people, working at Disney is more than just the paycheck. It's an important part of their life, and so a lot of people we know. I don't know if anyone's affected by this, but hopefully everyone will be okay. Even if 100, it's obviously not a huge number for layoffs, but that is still 100 stories, and that can be a big deal for people. So on to some happier news.
We're just going to keep dipping back in.
Did you see Freakier Friday, Kyle?
I have not yet, but maybe I will.
Now you will. November 12th, only 113 days after its July 22nd theatrical release. Freakier Friday, which I think it's safe to say was a pretty big hit, is going to be on Disney Plus. Get a chance to see it without paying any additional money.
Speaking of not paying any additional money, ABC is still a broadcast network you can watch without paying a monthly fee. And they've announced some of their mid-season shows, including returns for shows that are already on the air. You know, they take a little break in the winter. But as far as what's coming that's not currently on the air, the next season, which is the 9th season of American Idol on ABC at least, that's returning January 26th, which gives further credence to the idea that filming that we talked about at Alani is probably for American Idol. Scrubs, the rebooted Scrubs, is coming back February 25th that's a Wednesday. Celebrity Jeopardy will return for a 4th season, and this time it's going to be an all-star tournament. Starts February 27th. And then The Bachelorette with the Secret Lives of Mormon Wives, Taylor, Frankie, Paul. That'll kick off on March 22nd. So lots of stuff coming back to ABC in just a few months.
Fred Ramirez has a potential correction. Freakier Friday was released on August 8th, not July 22nd, which I did a quick Google search, and it does come up August 8th.
Okay. That sounds correct. I don't know where we got the other date from, or maybe
it premiered at the El Capitan on July 22nd. So that was the premiere date, but not the release date.
That would be why. Yeah.
Thank you. So thank you for the correction, Fred Ramirez. We count on you to be our stat boy. All right.
Don't know where Al was on that one, but
useless. Let's play the mute here. So for those of you who like to watch football with cartoons, this is actually a really, really fun thing that not only Disney does, where they show an actual live game, but done with characters. So they have announced a new one, Monsters Funday Football. This will be coming on December 8th. The Eagles at the Chargers. Go Chargers. The original voices, Billy Crystal, John Goodwin, Bob Peterson, are returning, and ESPN's Drew Carter and Dan Orlovsky will call the game live as animated versions of themselves. This will use that VR technology. Characters like Roz and the CDA will be there. And it's just a very, 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 very fun way to watch an actual game. Check it out for at least part of the game. You won't regret it. And Disney's also announced an expanded partnership with ESPN. Disney announced an expanded partnership with ESPN with Sony's Beyond Sports and Hawkeye Innovations. This follows up previous ones like The Simpsons Funday Football, Toy Story Funday Football, NHL Big City Greens Classic, Disney Dunk the Halls. All of those were so much fun. So highly recommend you check this out on December 8th. And Roz will have you in trouble if you do not.
Magic Kingdom getting a new-ish snack stand. Previously, there was Cool Ship in the Tomorrowland area, Magic Kingdom, and it's being replaced with AstroFizz. They just announced. We don't have an opening date yet, but they did announce some of the items that'll be available, including Coca-Cola Blue Raspberry Fanta and Fanta Orange frozen slushies. They're also going to have a Chica Cherry Cola. It's not called Chica Cherry Cola. It's just called Cherry Cola Churro. It is a churro rolled in cherry sugar, drizzled in Coca-Cola cherry icing, and topped with cherry popping candies. And they'll also have popcorn. That's
in a lovely serving dish.
I don't think you're getting a lovely serving dish, but I'm sure you could buy an expensive popcorn bucket at some point.
I love that they're pointing out that they have popcorn and they're showing it in a dish like this, which you would never see with just plain popcorn on it. This is hilarious.
So yeah, we don't exactly know when this is going to open, but it looks like Jeremiah, I think, is at Magic Kingdom right now, and I think they put the marquee up, so it's getting close.
Fred Ramirez, speaking of stats, Freakier Friday was released on the same day as Weapons. That's our frenemies down the street. Weapons. I bring that up because I finally saw Weapons. I was very excited for that movie, but I did not get to see it in theaters. So instead, I saw it on my little 3-inch screen in 3 different settings, riding the bus. Great movie. Highly.
I had no idea the history of that. Like the director was in The Whitest Kids You Know, and it's about his grief about some other guy from Whitest Kids You Know dying, and I didn't know any of this.
I did not know. The grief is clearly a very important part of the movie, but I did not know it was a personal story that way. He's the same director apparently who did the movie with Justin Long. So good. Oh well.
Yeah.
Freddie Ramirez, help me out. The movie with Justin Long, that was kind of a surprise hit.
I think it starts with a B.
Yeah, it's not Babadook.
No.
Barbarian, thank you. Barbarian, yes, which is another great horror movie that just goes in directions you don't see, as does Weapons. Just great director. Hope his career continues on a path as solid as the last great horror movie director, M. Night Shyamalan. All right, we've got a special offer to give you information on, and this is for you Disney Cruise Line sailors. They are cutting in half the deposit on certain sailings. You must book an eligible Disney cruise by January 18th, 2026. It's valid only on new reservations departing between March 26 and May 27. Obviously, it only counts if you don't have to make the final payment at the time of booking. And the remaining balance will still be due, so you're not getting a discount on the cruise, but you are cutting your deposit in half, so that's not a bad thing. And obviously, if you want to learn more about this offer or book said cruise or just talk about any kind of Disney travel, contact mousefantravel.com/laughingplace or tell them we sent you. Our official travel partners will make sure you are taken great care of. Always get the best deal available. That is what they do.
And Only Murders in the Building, if you missed it, wrapped up its 5th season this week. You can check out all of Alex's recaps, by the way. But they've officially renewed it for a 6th season, and this time it's going to London. I don't know why. Maybe the Only Murders in the Building name is now like The Rookie, where you're like, are we sure? But yeah, 10 episodes, season 6, probably come out next year, but we don't exactly know for sure. And like I said, seasons 1 through 5 now available on Hulu, and you can check out Alex's recap of all of season 5 right now.
This has me so excited. I like this show, but I can't even do a whole season of it because it just kind of gets monotonous to me. So just taking it to a completely different location, it just sounds fun. I'm looking forward to that.
In London.
And I wonder if they'll replace Martin Short to make it even better. I kind of doubt it. All right. If you want to get married and you want to take a Disney cruise, well, Disney has something special for you, as you can now, they have announced you will be able to get married in the Haunted Mansion Parlor, which is a location on the Disney Destiny that I am very excited to see. And so where's my stuff? So this venue can hold 25 guests, including the couple. It includes an officiant, floral arrangements, and a cake and champagne celebration that takes place in another venue. This is exclusively on the Destiny, even though the location does exist on the Treasure. This offer is exclusively on the Destiny, starting with its scheduled May 14th, 26th voyage. So after it gets that bunch of early voyages out the way, those all depart from Fort Lauderdale. The Destiny, of course, sets sail later this year for its maiden voyage. I believe, according to someone in our chat yesterday, that the cast member voyage for this is like a week or so away. So Just very exciting that a brand new ship is here. And if you're so excited you want to marry the person next to you, well, there you go.
Well, hopefully you don't want to exit that marriage, but you know who is exiting a marriage? Disney Plus and BBC are breaking off their partnership on Doctor Who, which lasted for 2 seasons. Despite that, BBC says they are fully committed to the show and will be announcing a return for 2026. But ahead of that, even though there'll be no more new Doctor Who coming, there is a spin-off series, The War Between the Land and the Sea, that's going to be on BBC. And we don't have a release date on Disney Plus, but they are apparently a part of that. So, yeah, so this might be the last you hear about Doctor Who on this show if it's not going to be Disney.
How interesting. That's interesting.
And I've had my share of bad reviews. I still remember my first good one, though. Everything else in this production of Our Town was simply terrible. Joey Tribbiani was abysmal.
Before I begin this review of Edward Scissorhands, Kyle, your opinion of this film?
It's been a long time since I've seen it, but it's probably not great.
Wow. Okay.
I mean,
well,
my favorite Tim Burton movie is always and forever going to be Pee-wee's Big Adventure, so it's hard to top that.
Kind of the same feel. All right, so this is Alex's 4K Blu-ray review. Edward Scissorhands gets a sharp upgrade for its 35th anniversary. A gorgeous restoration and atmospheric new audio mix make the most dazzling home release yet, though the extras remain as bare as Edward's workshop. His conclusion. While longtime fans may lament the lack of new bonus content, Edward Scissorhands' 35th anniversary 4K release remains a must-own simply for the breathtaking presentation alone. The restoration captures the full emotional and visual contrast of Tim Burton's world, equal parts macabre and pastel dream, in a way that finally feels definitive for home viewing, with the richly layered Dolby Atmos mix and striking HDR imagery that does justice to both Burton's artistry and Danny Elfman's unforgettable score. This edition transforms a beloved modern classic into an audio-visual showcase. For collectors and romantics alike, it's the most beautiful way to revisit the gentle masterpiece that made audiences fall in love with the boy who couldn't touch. Can that Alex write, or can that Alex write? That is above equality. I'm sad.
And the rest.
Oh man.
What?
I think LP might be having a nope. It's okay. So why won't this picture load? Give me 1 second. Nope, that ain't what I want. Doobie's buffering.
Can I pull up a comment? And then I'll put. Al says, "Big Top Pee-wee couldn't even top that, and it had top in the title." That's true. Yeah, that's a very disappointing film, unfortunately.
I'm trying to think of all right. Fill in for a couple minutes, Kyle.
Let's see some other comments. The most heartbreaking movie I've ever seen in my life. Edward Scissorhands, apparently. Who knew?
What is the most heartbreaking movie you've ever seen, Kyle?
That's a great question. Probably I've never seen Marley and Me, but I'm sure that's sad. What else is there?
Is that the one with the dog?
Yeah.
Okay. I think we're gonna be good here.
Answer your heartbreaking. It's in the comments. We
I'm
want to
trying
talk about heartbreak.
All right.
Fred Ramirez never saw Pee-wee's Big Adventure. You should see Pee-wee's Big Adventure. Don't bother with Big Top Pee-wee, but Pee-wee's Big Adventure is very fun. You can even check out the the way that things cropped wrong. Go ahead.
I too have never seen Pee-wee's Big Adventure.
You should see Pee-wee's Big Adventure.
What's it actually about? I mean, it's a kid's movie, right?
No, not exactly. Like Pee-wee's Playhouse was a kid's show, but Pee-wee was a character that wasn't like too adult, but it's not a kid's movie. But no, it's about his bike gets stolen and he has to go track it down.
And like he meets zany characters along the way.
There's zany characters, including one that was actually pretty scary, and I can only watch now as an adult. That scared me as a kid.
All right. Well, speaking of pretty scary, one person who was not scary at all is Haley Atwell, and she got to visit Avengers Campus recently at Disneyland Paris. And during the visit, she had the opportunity to sit at Peggy Carter's desk. How cool is that? and check out some photos of herself playing the character on the wall, which must be just kind of silly. Peggy Carter is in several MCU films, including Captain America: First Avenger, Agent Carter TV show, Captain Carter, and What If, Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. She is also, of course, the star of one of the best 3 Black Mirror episodes, I'll Be Right Back. So if you are, and speaking of heartbreak, this is full circle. I'll be back. I'll be right back. I think it's I'll Be Right Back. It may be is easily the most heartbreaking Black Mirror episode and one of the most heartbreaking things I've seen. It's beautiful, but it's very, very sad. So there you go.
Well, I cannot believe that there's an aviation story on this list, and Doobie did not take it. But yesterday we got news that Orlando and Tokyo would be connected for a short time. Zip Air, which is a charter airline, is doing public charters, I guess, as you would call them. Like, this is not a new permanent route. There's going to be 4 trips scheduled so far between February and March of next year. Tickets will go on sale in December. It'll take you from MCO all the way to Tokyo Narita, not Haneda. But yeah, it could lead to more, but it's not like, it's not a new permanent thing. It's just a limited test.
Is JSX a public charter?
I guess you might call it that. I mean, that's probably how they position themselves, as being like,
it's just a weird term. I wonder what that means.
They don't. That's my term. They call it a charter thing. I'm just making it clear that, when I think of a charter flight, I think of you like a football team. It's like, hey, we're going to pay you a bunch of money to go to the place that we say. Whereas this is anyone can buy a ticket seemingly, but it's
so the airline decides we're going to go here, and then they let the public buy tickets to it and call it a charter. Whereas when Delta says we're going to go here and let the public buy the ticket to it, it's not. There's a scandal here.
Okay. Is Chauncey Billups involved?
Wow. Chauncey sitting around trying to get away from things, catch some morning show, and that is true. How are you doing that?
I don't know. It's a new thing that Al has built in.
I love that so much. The first time I was busy and it just kind of missed, but like, wow, that is great. According to LP staff contracts, all flight info must be submitted to me prior to takeoff so I can track your flight, because this is what I do as a hobby. You remember that, everyone at LP. I love that. All right, go ahead, Kyle.
Going around LP, first of all, our own Mike Celestino attended the overnight recording for the Wonderful World of Disney Holiday Spectacular at Disneyland. This was a public event, not that anyone could go, but they did have a D23 component to it, which is why he's allowed to share his experience now. And this will be airing later this year, but you can walk through what it was like to attend an overnight taping with the performances and other elements. You could get a sneak peek at who's involved in this year's thing, at least on the Disneyland side. I think that's Gwen Stefani, if I'm not mistaken.
I believe it is.
From Orange County. So anyway, check that out. And then Maxon went to an interesting event for the film The Roses, which is coming to Hulu soon. It's already released in theaters. Now it's coming, I think it's on digital soon, and then Hulu after that. But he got to hang out with the director, Jay Roach, and eat some food, watch a cooking demonstration. So you can see all of that. Apparently, he says, like, if there's any promotional footage from it, you're going to see him all over it, because he was sitting right next to Jay Roach, who is the director of Austin Powers, by the way. I asked him if he did his talked about Austin Powers at all, and he said that he talked about Mini-Me and Mr. Bigglesworth. So there you go.
It's interesting, these autoplay. Typically, videos don't autoplay when they're embedded, and these are. That is, from a tech perspective, very interesting. All right, you may continue.
Yeah. And then you wrote an article about your experience. About your experience at Back to the Future, the 40th anniversary re-release party before the re-release happened, but this was at Universal City Walk last week. And that one doesn't autoplay. That's a short
yeah,
note.
YouTube's not. Tell me if you can hear this.
That completely. That's why it's at least fun to fantasize about the idea of if you were to go any point in time. Okay.
Like it's at any point in time. 50s are really good.
50.
That's fine.
The 0050.
The 1950s.
Oh, 1950. Of course. There's many different 50s. You have to clarify.
I decided.
The 1950s. Tell me, what is it that you like about the 1950s?
Well, a very famous theme park opened during that time.
Yes, of course. Friend of mine.
1956, I think, right?
Came to me for a couple invention ideas. Yes. Fantastic. Yes. How is he doing?
You should check the news. You have to call the internet.
Oh,
I love that Doc Brown said, "How's he doing?" By the way, that was so good. So, as Kyle said, you can go check that out. My report from that pretty cool event. You can see some pictures. There's the guy who played Marvin Berry, whose name escapes me right now. I'm sorry. Was there. Bob Gale was there, which is really cool, the screenwriter, and he gave it co-screenwriter gave a short intro to the film. And yeah, cool event. So. We have reached the portion of the show where we find out just how smart Kyle is or isn't by asking what happened on this day in Disney history, October 29th. On this day in 1957, a famous voice actor was born. Among his lesser-known credits are Super Mario Brothers, Return of Jafar, Dinosaurs, but his most known credit, if I said it, would give it away too instantly. So who
Is
do you
it Dan
think?
Castellaneta?
It is Dan Castellaneta, Homer Simpson himself. On this day in 1993, a movie was released. I will read you the synopsis with some blanks. The story of blank, a being from blank who opens a portal to blank.
That would be The Nightmare Before Christmas.
Well done.
I got it because of the year and because it's almost Halloween, and Hocus Pocus was released in July.
So you are 2 for 2. There is no 3 other than I'm going to tell you one. On this day in 2001, the Orlando Sentinel reported that Carousel of Progress has been, quote, now shuttered.
Oh.
So still running 24 years later, proving that not only the internet gets things wrong sometimes.
I mean, it was shuttered at Anaheim, right?
This is not in 2001.
This is Orlando,
This was Orlando. It had been closed with no sign. It came back seasonally a short time later. So I don't know that they reported it was closed permanently, but they did report that it was now shuttered.
Shutter doesn't. I mean, it was closed. It didn't say closed permanently.
It was closed. Those are like the headlines we see today. Carousel of Progress is closed for the day. We'll reopen tomorrow at 9.
They closed the doors because the show's happening.
Wow, source for a streak. Jeremy Parker is going to start giving classes because he is
We
killing
don't
everybody.
have magazines to send him at a certain point. It's a quarterly issue.
It's just getting his collection. And then Doobie Mosley is second, so there will be no, at least at this point, and we only got a couple more questions. There may not be anyone to choose from for the consolation prize because I am doing pretty well, 5 in a row, but a correct 11. So yay me. But let's go back and see where we are. Yesterday's question waiting to be answered is The Night More Before Christmas. Speaking of holiday, will Haunted Mansion Holiday have a wait time of 75 minutes or more at any point by 6 p.m. today? How is it right now?
Park probably just opened like an hour or two ago.
Yeah. Where is Haunted Mansion Holiday? Starts with an H, right?
In theory.
Pretty bad. It's only 13 minutes right now. It's a walk-on, so, but it will get longer. Will it reach 75 minutes by the end of the day? That is the question we're waiting to answer. And then the question for today is, will the Magic Kingdom's Haunted Mansion have a 60-minute or higher wait time at any time by 6 p.m.? I need to change that to say Eastern on Thursday. So that is the question that is pending. And the question we answered yesterday, will Andy Richter be eliminated on Dancing with the Stars, which I really thought there was a good chance he might be. He was not. He was not. Do you watch that show, Kyle?
I watched parts of it. I would put, like, if there's something that I'm interested in watching, like someone's reaction to their scores or see a certain dance, I'll scrub through on Disney Plus, but I haven't watched a full episode.
I really thought he would be going pretty early, but my wife tells me he's pretty solid. So, well, you know.
He's got Fandies. I heard Al might be a Fandy, in fact.
And I also don't know what they reported. So, but I mean, I know what they reported in quotes. I don't know what they said after that. That may have mitigated that. So, anyway, is that it?
I think that's it, unless we're doing any, I guess not doing any football thing.
No, I'll make my picks, but we'll catch up on that at another time. All right. Well, then, thanks for joining us. Hopefully, the show will be back over the next couple of days, even though I will not. But thank you, Tony, and everyone who has done some filling in. And we will see you next time.
Bye.